Hi everyone, and welcome to the final day of my Flor Vita hack so long. So up until now we have you will either have your top all finished apart from the sleeves, or the dress finished apart from the sleeves. So the last step that we are at now is to add these amazingly massive sleeves. I'm so excited. Save the best to last. So I will be going through few wee tips I had for getting your sleeve gathered and set in right. One of the most important things is, I think, especially when there's not as much gathering as this is just going to be really gathered in. When you don't have as much gathering as this, you want to make sure that you get more sort of at the top of the sleeve and then kind of spread the rest of it out a wee bit. That's the way I would prefer it anyway, and I think it gives a really nice sort of volume at the head and then kind of softens as you go out a wee bit, if that makes sense. I think this one is just going to be a lot of gathers. The other thing that you can do, so I am going to have a lot of fabric gathered into my sleeve head here, so I have left this part out. You can, with this pattern, so with the Vita blouse and dress, you can actually add a piece of interfacing into the sleeve head. So it would be a piece that kind of just comes around like that, and then whenever you're using a lighter weight fabric, it helps give the sleeve a wee bit more body. The other thing that you can add from that pattern is a organza sleeve head on the inside, so it's like a wee sort of a pillow kind of, where it's a piece of organza or net or whatever kind of stiffer fabric that's still lightweight that you have, and you just gather that in and attach it into the sleeve head here, and it does help just keep that volume sort of lifted and stops the sleeve from flopping down, which is what I will do with this, because it's quite a lightweight fabric, it's cotton lawn. I know that it will just want to sort of crumple down into itself, but I think you can see there, like this, there's going to be a lot of volume in this sleeve. I'm so excited. So yeah, we will get started. First thing I'm going to do is sew in my two lines of gathering stitches, 2 rows of gathering stitches on both sleeve heads, and I'm also going to sew up the inside, or the side seam of the sleeve too, and then it'll be ready to set in. So I have my sleeves sewn up down the side, and I have the gathering stitches in as well. I like to try and do my gathering stitches within the seam allowance. I know some people like to do 3 rows of gathering stitches. It's just whatever you feel most comfortable with. For this here, so I have gathered between, so there's 2 notches on each side, so I've gathered from the second notch up right the way around to the second notch up over here as well, and then I have my shoulder notch here in the middle. So I'm gonna start gathering this all in now. So I need my sleeves right side out. Okay, so with your sleeve right side out, so this is the front, and then your garment inside out. That's the right way, yeah. My front notch here, that's us. I am going to start first of all pinning the side seam to get it matched, and then do my notches next. Find my shoulder notch in here. There we go. Get it pinned. So where I'm going to be gathering, I like to pin it perpendicular to the seam so that it means the pins won't stop it from gathering easily. And then I will pull my basting stitches. It's tangled up a bit. There we go. So I'll start gathering this all in until that fits there, and then I'll do the same over on this side and then start distributing everything evenly. Okay, so that's it all fitting in. So as you can hopefully see here, there is a lot of gathers up here at the top, which I'm going to replicate now on this side. And then once I'm happy with how the gathers are sitting, I switch my pins to this way because I find it just helps to hold them in place a bit better. The other thing I like to do actually at this point is start swapping my pins around to this side. When I'm sewing in a gathered sleeve, I would rather, or any sort of gathering, I would rather see the gathers as I'm sewing it so that I can then stop and readjust them a wee bit if I need to. If I can see any plucks forming or anything like that, I like to be able to just see it and have more control over it. So then we'll start spreading the gathers out a wee bit more further down. Do take your time with this and don't be afraid to repin it and readjust it until you are happy. And then we will spread these ones out a wee bit. The way this is gathering, it's making me really happy right now, which is the whole point of the challenge, I suppose, to have joyful sleeves. I'll pull this out now. I'll just have a wee look here, and yeah, that is sitting pretty well at the minute. So the reason you want to have more gathers up here at the top, there isn't, once you get down past sort of halfway up your arm, the arm side, there isn't really a whole lot of point in having the gathers there because it's not going to do a huge amount of sort of, it's not going to really add anything. But the more you have at the top, the more it's going to give that really nice big puff. I hope you can see this here on the camera. I'm not holding it too high, but yeah, I think that's going to just have a lovely, well, it's going to have a massive amount of volume there, but it's going to be perfect for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other side and then sew them in. So I have tried on the top and I'm really happy with it, so that is good. The next thing I'm going to do is add in the little sleeve pillow or whatever. You can call it a lot of different things, but this here is the shape. Hopefully, I'll maybe turn this. Hopefully you can see that shape of it there. So it's kind of like just a big oval, and you fold it in half this way and run a line of gathering stitches along the side, and then I'm going to use some of my bias tape just to finish the edge of it as well, just because it is quite rough and it can be a wee bit scratchy then on your shoulders. So yeah, that is the next step, and then I'm just going to attach it. So I'm going to overlock my inside edge first and then just attach it into the sleeve head. So this is the little sleeve head whenever it's all gathered in and the bias is on, and you can see if that's sitting on your shoulder there, that is just going to hold up any volume on the inside perfectly. So I'm just going to, let's see, attach this . Turn it inside out would help. So it's just going to get sewn onto the seam allowance here, like this, centered, on the right, other way around. So there's the sleeve there, and we're just going to sew it onto the seam allowance like that. And then the only other thing that I have left to do now is to hem the sleeves. So I will be gathering these in with elastic. So I have just a thin elastic here. I think it's just about 7mm maybe. And all I do is measure. I know it's going to sit around here. I'll do this without my cardigan on. Measure around there, and that'll be my guide for the elastic, and just sew a channel through the whole thing, leave a gap, and then feed it through and close it up, and that'll be me done with the top. So I will get ahead now, or I'll go ahead now and get this all done. So the other thing I want to mention is this here is a silk organza, and it is 12 mom, which refers to the weight, so it is quite a thick organza. I have been using a size 70 needle with, obviously with the cotton lawn, but I broke 2 needles in the process of trying to sew this, so I've had to switch up to a size 90, which seems to be handling a lot better. So just if you are using a heavier fabric for doing this part, make sure you take that into consideration. So that is my top finished. That sleeve is just amazing. I'm just so happy with it. I'll pop a few wee pictures in for you to see it on me. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has followed along this week with the sew along and for supporting what I am doing on my Ko-fi page. It means the world to me. Stay tuned for more sew alongs this month. Hopefully I will continue to bring this sort of content to you, all the sew alongs and different things, hacks, pattern drafting, whatever. If there's anything you want to know, just drop me a comment down below. And yeah, thank you again so much, and I'll see you all for the Victoria dress by Atelier 8 Avril, and I'm going to be making it in a beautiful viscose crepe from Sister Mintaka, so stay tuned for that. Thank you again for watching, and chat to you soon. Bye.